Alright, since 93 Sports, back with another one. I just watched the re airing of the Canelo Triple G fight. I didn't get to catch it live, so I was already planning on watching the Jorge Linares versus Luke Campbell fight. So, in the Triple G Canelo came on before that, so I thought I'd go ahead and watch it, score it, write down a couple notes. And here's my breakdown of the fight. I scored the fight 113, 115 for Triple G, but watching the fight, it was a lot of close rounds, and I could see the fight going either way. It was kind of one of those situations where I felt like, in my opinion, Triple G won the fight clearly, but I could see where somebody could score for Canelo maybe, but I'm gonna go ahead and say all the things that really caught my eye that Canelo did during the fight, and then I moved to Triple G. So first, Canelo. Looking at Canelo fight, you can really tell that he studies Mayweather. If you watch Canelo during the fight, I seen him doing the Mayweather counter right, where he throws the right hand, or he'll slip a shot, throw the right hand, and then he'll duck under, just in case a shot comes back after he throws the right hand. So I seen Canelo do that a few times. Canelo had great head movement during this fight. Made it hard for made it hard for Triple G to find him. He used a lot of movement though, especially early. So, a lot of them, if you're a fan of Canelo, but you were saying Mayweather was running a lot, Canelo did a lot of running during this fight, if that's what you want to call a lot of movement. Also, Canelo's power really had minute effect on Triple G. In my opinion, there was a few spots where he may have hurt Triple G, but it's kind of hard to tell if Triple G was off balance, because Triple G, his legs just look real awkward this fight. I don't know why. Maybe somebody could tell me they notice him doing that in every fight, but I've seen at least 3-4 Triple G fights, maybe even more, and I've never seen his legs look awkward like that. Next, Canelo seemed like he knew he was behind in the later rounds, and he fought pretty hard those championship rounds, 10, 11, 12. Oh well, no, 11 and 12, but he did win 10. But I'll get to my scorecard in a minute. I'll break that down. Canelo, in my opinion, did better than I expected. I expected Triple G's power to have much effect on Canelo, being that Canelo's used to fighting smaller guys. Somebody could say that in the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight, he showed he had a reliable chin, but Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. didn't really show much effort in that fight, so you really couldn't judge him on how he was gonna take a punch from a guy that was his size or bigger. But he obviously can take a punch with Triple G, or Triple G's not the puncher that we thought he was. And I believe Canelo's been hurt in smaller weight division. He was hurt by Miguel Cotto's younger brother, I believe, but anybody can be hurt. So I'm gonna move to Triple G. To a couple things that stood out to me. Triple G, I seen him using the shoulder roll quite a bit in this fight. I was surprised when I seen Triple G rolling shots off his shoulder. I'm like, damn, usually you just use that high guard, but I guess from training with those black fighters that he brought in to prepare for Canelo, I guess some of it rubbed off on him, because I ain't never seen him use no shoulder roll, or maybe I missed it or something. But everybody talks about how Triple G is able to cut off the ring, but in my opinion, he was allowing Canelo to circle the ring whenever he wanted to. He wasn't cutting him off. I kind of noticed Canelo, he would always escape to his left, and you would think Triple G being a veteran, would notice he's escaping to his left. I should step over, maybe throw a body shot, throw a hook. But, maybe he was, afraid of the return fire. Triple G's power had, minute effect on Canelo. So, vice versa. Maybe Triple G's power is not what we thought it was. In the beginning of the fight, Triple G, didn't look like he liked that inside work. In the later rounds, he kind of, bit down, and you could tell that, he felt like, okay, I can handle his power. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this fire that I'm gonna have to take to, get on the inside. And he kind of fought with him, but in the earlier rounds, he looked like kind of reluctant to go on the inside. I do think he may have hurt Canelo in maybe round 8. And then there was a point in round 10 where I thought Canelo hurt Triple G. But again, I couldn't tell if he was, off balance or if he actually got hurt, because he seemed real awkward, with his legs this fight. But it was a really hard fight to score, man. Everybody's saying, "Oh, how this was such an exciting fight." I don't know if it really got that much drama. It was an intriguing fight, but I've seen more exciting fights. But in conclusion, neither of these guys need to go anywhere near Jamar Charlo. I think Triple G should go ahead and fight Billy Joe in December if he feels like he could turn around. He seemed like he was pretty fresh at the end of the fight. He wasn't marked up too bad, but Canelo was doing a little body work, so maybe he might have bruised some internal organs or ribs. You never know. But he should go ahead and do that. I've been hearing that Canelo might go after Lemieux for his next fight, but I don't know. The way Canelo likes to fight off the ropes and come forward, but that'd be an interesting fight. But Canelo could go ahead and use more movement, and I think that would kind of negate Lemieux. So that's a winnable fight for Canelo. If he's not gonna fight Triple G, should go ahead and get in there with Charlo. But I don't think a lot of these middleweights want any work from Jamar Charlo. But I'm gonna go ahead and break down my scoring of the fight. Again, I had the fight 113 to 115 for Triple G. Round 1, I gave that round to Triple G. I felt like he was the more effective, jabbing. Round 2 and 3, I gave to Canelo. Canelo was countering him effectively. He was throwing the harder shots. He was controlling the pace. So I gave round 2 and 3 to Canelo. Round 4 and 5, I gave to Triple G. He was just more consistent. A lot of these rounds that Canelo lost, it was because he would fight like maybe the first minute of the round, or maybe even like the first 45 seconds. In the rest of the round, he'd just be moving around the ring, maybe throw one shot, then keep moving again. He was just inconsistent. He could have won this fight maybe easy if he was just more consistent, and that could have something to do with his conditioning. But round 6, I gave that to Canelo. Just he was the busier fighter, throwing the more effective shots. Round 7, 8, and 9, I gave that to Triple G. Again, most of these rounds Triple G won. It was just more from the work rate. Canelo would have the more flashier shots where he's countering them and hitting them with heavy shots, but it would just be 1 or 2 shots and you start moving again. Triple G was just a more consistent, So round 10 and 11, I gave those to Canelo. I believe in between rounds, after round 9, his corner was telling him, hey, we got to fight these last 3 rounds. So, I think they believed that he was behind. So Canelo came out ferocious round 10, 11, and 12. But I only gave him round 10 and 11. Round 12 I gave to Triple G, and it basically came down to the last 20 seconds of the fight. You know, it was like up to the last 20 seconds of round 12, you know, I couldn't figure out who I was going to get at round 2, so I was like, I'll base it on who lands the best flurry, you know, in the last 20 seconds. And Triple G, you know, landed the best flurry, had the best sequence, so I gave that round to Triple G. So I came with the conclusion 115 to 113. Gave it to Triple G. It was a tight fight. It shouldn't, you know, the way they was talking about Triple G, you know, it shouldn't have been a tight fight. You know, I just thought that his power would just overwhelm Canelo, and Canelo did a lot better than I thought he would, but I still do not think he won the fight. He just was not consistent enough. Now, if he goes and works on his cardio and he's able to maintain his work rate for the entire fight, he could win it easy, because when he was fighting, he was effective and he was landing the more flashy and effective shots. So I definitely want to see an immediate rematch. Hopefully that happens, because Canelo ain't getting no credit for beating Triple G if he don't fight him right away. Because if he don't fight him right away, we know he waiting a couple more years, because Triple G's looking old now. So this fight gotta happen right away. But yeah, this is Since 93 Sports. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when all my newest content drops, and I'm out.